What's going on, family? Welcome to another edition of the Lead Your Lineage podcast. And we are the #1 podcast for individuals that are seeking to end generational dysfunction. What's good, cousin? How you feeling?
Not much, man. Ending generational dysfunction. You know what I mean, cuz, man? Trying to do my thing. Trying to be me. Trying to,
You doing it. You ain't trying. You doing
I'm
it.
doing, doing me.
You're being and doing
Doing it, being me.
doing it so you can have it.
For real. Teaching my kids, teaching my my lineage. Watching my lineage grow every day. Understanding how to be that man that it takes to lead your lineage. You know what I mean? Because other than that, man, I'm me, man. How you feeling, because?
I'm feeling powerful, man. I had my first therapy session the other day, which was extremely liberating. It was right on time, in divine time. It was what I needed. It was what I needed. Like I genuinely needed to have that session to be able to know the work I've done, like behind closed doors, has been keeping me afloat while I was in the funk. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm like on the other side of it, just like, okay, I got my power back. My power back. And it wasn't like it wasn't that like anybody took it from me. It was just like my battery was low. You know what I'm saying? So I was able, that session helped me charge up, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So, well, yeah, I feel powerful, cuz I'm fully charged, man.
I'm glad
fully
you're
charged,
cuz. And that we proud of you. I'm proud of you. If ain't nobody else in this world proud of you, because I'm proud of you. You took that therapy, man. Big eyes, cause that's a big step, man. What's that? A small step for a man, huge step for mankind, kind of stuff like that. I'm just saying, cuz it's something like that, for real, man, for real. Because
it's a step in the right direction for our entire lineage.
For real,
that's the steps we taking over here.
Yes, it is, man.
Lead your lineage spot. We step
one big step for your lineage.
For our lineage. We big steppers for our lineage, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how we roll.
For real, that is, but that's crazy though, cuz, man. I'm proud of you, because that you doing that, man. And how did it feel, like going to therapy, your first therapy session? How did you feel going in there versus how you felt going out? Like when you first went in there, what you thought it was gonna be versus when you came out and you experienced what it was gonna be.
Got you. With the person I chose to be my therapist, I knew that they were in a space of neutrality in terms of like not being judgmental and not having like a one-sided view of the world or of life or mankind or humanity and all that stuff. So it was like a well-rounded person I could trust. Shout out to Ro.
Shout out.
So like having her as like my individual to have that experience with was extremely powerful. So like going into it, I really didn't have any expectations. It was just like, yo, I'm here, I'm open, and I'm ready to heal. Like that was my only expectation was like just be open and improve. Like I expected to improve myself afterwards.
So did you seek a therapist, or did a therapy kind of seek to you? Because what I'm saying is, did you bump into it was like, dang, I do need therapy, or did you be like, you know what, man? I want to change myself and I want therapy. And then therapy came. See what I'm asking?
Oh, yeah, I got you. Yes. It was the decision to change myself, to become my best and highest self. That came first. And then as I was on that journey, as I'm walking down that path, it was like, okay, the next step is therapy. It's like, so I can identify blind spots within myself that I haven't been able to identify. So I do a lot of, like I sit down and we do a lot of self-reflecting. I know like the things I've been through, I don't have all the answers per se. Like I do, but I don't. I'm not aware of all the answers that I do have. Let me say it like that. So I needed to go to a therapist to be able to help me out with those situations, to give me some confirmation on some things, to learn how to deal with this situation, that situation, learn how to explore my intuition and things of that nature. So it was like a really like spiritually and it was like spiritually integrated, the session, and that's what I needed. Like, I didn't need like a clinical therapist. I didn't need the traditional talk therapy.
I know what you mean.
So
That's what I was about to get into. That was gonna be the next question, cause I was about to get back into how you said how you was comfortable with your therapist's role. You was comfortable with role because she has multiple experiences and outlook. She doesn't look through life with one lens. Right. She doesn't look through life with one pair of glasses. So is she kind of like the eye doctor? She done seen many different eyes come in different shapes. So yeah, so that's very important. Making sure you find that right therapist, and how did you bump into Ro? Like, how did you bump into that right therapist?
So I met Rose several years ago when I I was a student at Indiana State University. Her daughter, gratitude. Her daughter was attending Indiana State. She was going to new student orientation. So I was hype man of the group, of the new student orientation. So shout out to the Smooth Crew, everybody from the Smooth Crew. Y'all know who y'all are. I would come down to
part of the Smooth Crew. I don't know who that is, but I'm smooth. You know what I mean?
The best in America. But yeah, we would come down and like sit in the section, and I'll just like say, when I say smooth, y'all say crew, smooth, and I say crew, smooth, crew. Just go back, I do that like 3 times, and then I have a t-shirt and I throw it to my section. Yeah. And I was feeling that.
You didn't throw it to nobody else. You needed that shirt back, huh?
No. Like, I don't throw it. No, it was a free shirt I was giving away.
Yeah, my point, man. So you throwing it
for my people, for my Smooth Crew people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And my group of like 10 to 20 people, the Smooth Crew, through it, show them some love. You know what I'm saying? So
Smooth Crew.
Gave them some love, and
how they let you in the Smooth.
That was smoothest man in America, brother. You know what I'm saying? Cause the smoothest man in America. But anyway, man, they was feeling the energy, man. Yeah, so we just like, they pulled me to the side and we talked, introduced ourselves to each other, and then like from there we just started developing a relationship.
That's dope, man. For real, cause and that's because you was on that path, like you said, you started that path first. And ain't that crazy, that universe, I always say ain't that crazy, but that's just a little saying of me basically saying, you know what I mean? Ain't that wow, or ain't that ironic, or ain't that divine? How you find Ro, and boom, you found Ro when you was on your mission, boom. Did you know right soon as you met her, she was the therapist?
No, this was like years ago, cause we was like, it's a whole different, like, we're like both of us in a whole different like lifestyle.
Divine time, cause that's crazy. It's like divine, bro. It was divine, cause
180 degree version of ourselves that we are today.
Cause you was on that path and you didn't even know. You be meeting people. Yeah. You be meeting people and they don't be, you probably don't even need them right then and there. But then in the long run, you need them. You be like, dang, that's crazy. That's why you gotta watch out who told you stuff on there. And you know what I mean? And watch people morals and values.
Yeah, this probably like almost like 8 years ago.
Oh, God damn.
Yeah, I was an orientation leader 2013, 2014. Yeah.
ISU?
Oh, gratitude. Yep. Gratitude. Yeah. It's spring coming up, y'all.
Cuz was everybody knew Cuz at ISU. Everybody and their mama knew Cuz at ISU. I knew Cuz. I was proud to be your Cuz, man. I was proud. One time, but that was it.
We ain't gonna talk about
that. One time I said,
talk about that on the podcast.
Nah, we not. Because
but yeah, I was proud for you to be my cousin as well, man.
Still am, man. You was part of everything. Big Cuz part of everything. If they had a parade going on, he was in the parade. For real,
you real? You
I'm dead serious.
I know. You not lying.
Yeah, I'm for real, man. You was ISU. ISU needed to have you on. I think they probably even did have you on a little magazine. I know they had it.
Yeah, I was on the cover of one of the.
Look at it. I know
one of our So like when the students come to visit, I was on the cover of one of the guides that went into like prospective students.
It was my big cuz. Do y'all got a big cuz y'all can say was doing that? Y'all got a big cuz. They can say y'all was doing that.
Oh
You
man.
feel me? No, man, because, man, for real, man, you was just talking about how we gotta give ourselves gratitude earlier today, man, and I just been trying to, I was like, you know what, because, right, man, we gotta give ourselves gratitude more, man. We gotta be more happy. That therapy even be, you going to that therapist even help me, too. You know what I mean? We be having discussions, that energy flow through everybody you talk to. That's why you gotta make sure you keep vibing with the right vibes, because sticking with people who got morals and values, and I like to call them VIP. Shout out to Dr. Khabib. You know, he the one who put me on the VIP. Just what is it? Values, interests, and principles. Mm-hmm. Values, interests, and principles. Those are the three things that they robbed from our community. Which, if you look into our community, those are the three things everybody else community does have, which keeps them thriving. They values, interests, and principles.
Values, interests, and principles.
VIPs, you know what I mean? For real. It's crazy, ain't it?
You know the song, you pull up at the club VIP.
Yeah, VIP.
Gas tank on you, but all drinks on me.
And values. Look. And right there.
Our values messed up.
Values, interests, and principles. It's all fucked up. That song go on, but
absolutely.
But right then and there, it tells you right then and there, damn, this boy values, interests, and principles is fucked up.
Right.
For real though.
Yeah.
So, man, cause that and my favorite part is interest, because it seems like we're not interested in anything besides what we see. Michael X even was referring to this in one of his interviews, how we're the only people who look at entertainers and stuff as leaders. We look at movies as real, some they do be having real value and stuff, but the way they
every movie has a subliminal message.
Yeah, they all do. But
it's layered in truth for sure.
But just the culture and stuff that they be trying to give to us and all of that, man, because we got to get more interested in the real things. All of us want to be we want to be what we see, cuz let's be 100. A lot of our youth want to be rappers. A lot of our youth want to be rappers. Not saying there's nothing wrong with the rappers. I'm not attacking our rappers, but damn, man, we need to take over. We need to have people in the Senate. We need to have people, lawyers. We need more doctors, man. They killing our black women, man. For real, man. They killing our black women, cuz we need more doctors, more people who do labor, not even doctors that in the doctor field. We can do more. What's that thing called? A medulla or something?
Doula.
Doula. Yeah, we can have more of those. We need to get more into the medicine. Let's just say that. Me too, cuz I'm just saying, we just need more interest in these type of things. We need to keep pushing it. We need to change our interests, cuz.
There's something else on here too, right? So when you look at, we study history, right?
Yeah.
I believe this came from Dr. Claude Anderson. He said this. When you have a community, if you're building a city or building a community, you have to have a hospital, a grocery store, a bank, and a school, right? So that's how I'm gonna bring it back full circle, right? So all of those are real estate, right?
Yeah.
That's real estate. That's the term they coined it, right? All that's real estate, but it's specifically commercial real estate.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, you see not everybody and their mama, but I know a lot of people that are real estate agents and real estate brokers, and they only focus on the low hanging fruit, which is the single family homes, which is cool. It's cool. But we had the values, interests, and principles in alignment with the collective on for us by us type situation. Right, we would have more people in the commercial real estate space to build those things, not just being the person in between the transactional actually like owning stuff. That's why like I got into the commercial real estate space. Like, we have to own these things.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about building a community. Somebody got to play at that level.
Yeah.
Somebody got to play ball at that level to do those type of things to bring it back full circle. So like we can go get some land, right? Check it for easements, check it for environmental issues, all these different things. We can go do that, right? But we have to know how to build the infrastructure, and that takes construction, that takes finance. We don't know those things. We know those things, but we don't know those things. We don't know those things the way that they teach it.
And we'll have to have a government too, cause
that too. That
was
gonna be the next layer.
A whole government, and we'll have to really run it. Like, and how we run it, we'll have to have an army. We'll have to have a military. We'll have to have Marines. We'll have to have everything, cause so that's deep. We'll have to, and the main thing, like you said, we have to have our own food and water supply.
And look though, this I'm gonna go deeper. I love the values, interests, and principles. I love that. I think we're gonna name this episode that.
Yeah.
That's dope. So like, if you look at a school, right? Like you, for example, right?
Yeah.
And I'm of this belief, so I don't have any children yet, but I'm going to homeschool my children. It's like you doing that. So I'm literally gonna be like following your example, following your lead on that.
Yeah.
You lead, so you're leading our lineage in that capacity. So I'm gonna be like, yo, cause when I get some children, like, hey, cuz, how do you deal with this? How do you teach my son or my daughter this X, Y, and Z? Like, what does that process look like? I'm gonna be leaning on you for that, right? But like in the community building phase, like I said, the hospital, the grocery store, the bank, and the school, right? Those are the 4 pillars of a community.
Yeah.
So we have to start at home first. I'm gonna tell you how we got to start at home with all 4 of those. We have to educate our own children.
Mm-hmm.
That's one pillar. We have to have our own banks, infinite banking. I'm learning all this right now, so I'm not experienced in this. So I'm telling y'all this is stuff I'm learning, and I'm going to be implementing. Infinite banking, having our own personal banks, private banks, family banks, right? Grocery store, having our own food, having our own farms to grow the food, our own produce. If you eat animals, having your own animals, and going through the whole process to butcher the animals and eat your animals. I don't advocate for that anymore or support that anymore, but do you? I love you. Do what you do. And then hospitals, right? Like you said, having our own doulas, having our own doctors, having our own herbalists, like our own medicine, like all of that stuff starts at home.
It does.
Like everybody like preaches do for self, but we lose track of the concept of what we use the intrinsic value of what that really means internally, doing for self. Like we can't go ask people that oppress us for things that can liberate us. Like why? Like that's counterintuitive. It's
can I tell you something, cuz? You know I'm a big reader. Hey, look, if y'all go pick up the book, Destruction of the Black Civilization, all of this, how you saying we gotta be by ourselves. First of all, let me
clarify that. We need to work on ourselves first, and we can deal with everybody else.
Exactly.
we can't do nobody till we deal with ourselves first.
Exactly.
I have to deal with Sean, you have to deal with Taron, and we have to deal with our family members, then we go from there.
Yeah.
That's how we lead our lineage.
Yeah, we gotta lead our lineage. We gotta start from ourselves though, cuz.
Absolutely.
But you know, I forgot what I was about to say, cuz.
My bad.
Nah, that's all.
I get passionate about this stuff, man.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. That's why we doing this, because, you know, we passionate about it. We really trying to change our lineage.
You were talking about the destruction of black civilization.
Oh, man. Yeah. So, yeah, the black civilization, man. So, if you read it, and you really look into it in detail, basically, if we being honest, since BC, anytime I'm just being 100, man. I'm just knocking out facts. So this is real talk. Ever since the beginning of time in BC, this is not since the beginning of time, but ever since we've been integrating races, all the races, we've been integrating. Ever since all the races have been integrated. Every time the Asians or the Caucasians or the Arabs, anytime they control the whole city, they have control, or they was local pharaohs or whatever they want to call them, we was always at the low class. This is at BC, cuz. This is BC time, cuz. anytime they controlled the system, because you know we taught them everything and all that, but anytime they controlled that area, we was always at the low. They made sure they kept us at the low because we was too high, man. So that being said, every time we was high, we're doing the greatest in BC, because in 240 BC, one of our sultans or pharaohs, outlawed the Arabs because they was doing too much. You know what I mean? And this is just facts. I'm not being racist or nothing. This is facts. Every time, you know what I mean? He outlawed them because they was messing up our culture, messing up our dollar, messing up our culture, messing up our civilization, basically destroying us. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is, in order for us to gain power, we gotta look at history and see what we was doing. Cause, like you said, we was owning our own farms. We was owning our own land, our own water resources. We was teaching our kids what we were supposed to be taught. And not only that, we knew who we were. Everybody knew who they was. It's because so now we know we messed up, right? We gotta fix ourselves. What I be saying, I be thinking this all the time. Me teaching the stuff that I know to my daughter, I teach her everything. Cause no, I teach my daughter everything, man.
He does.
She 3, and she gon', hey man, look, you ask me, you gon' know. Because if she asks the world gonna lie to her, especially since she's a black woman. She's a, you know, I tell her all the time, I said, I don't call my daughter a girl. She's an upcoming young woman. She's an upcoming young woman. If it's too long for you to say it, just say, hey, and call her by her name, Capri. You know what I mean? Golly.
Right.
Hey, but for real though, so even my son, he won, and I be teaching him everything. I tell him go get the ball. He know what the ball is already. I never talk to my kids like they kids. I treat them, I still have fun with them, but that being said, they gonna know information that I wish I knew. They gonna grow up with this information. So think about growing up with this information that we wish we knew. Credit. Now I'm telling her stuff as I learn. Shoot, I don't know too much about this, Pre. You're gonna have to learn yourself. Look, this is how you look up stuff. This is how you spell stuff. This is, you know what I mean? This is how you find the information for yourself. So she can know, because Daddy can know all day, but if you don't know, our lineage just crumbles.
Absolutely.
So we giving that. That's what I'm trying to do, man. Sure.
No, you doing it. You trying to. You not trying. You doing it. You are doing it, and I want to commend you on that too, because like you, like how I see you interact with your children, and how you instill like values, interests, and principles in them. Right? You talk to them as they're of you and not below you.
Yeah.
And I commend that. I love that. I love that about you. I love
appreciate
that.
It, cuz.
I appreciate it too.
A lot of people don't remember, man. Your kids are human beings, just like you're a human being. Yeah. They want to be respected just like you want to be respected. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yeah, bro, you know, nah, look, she gets frustrated. Hey, don't get frustrated at me. I don't get frustrated with you like that. You know? Instead of, hey, don't get on your mama, I'm your daddy. People, they understand. They know you their mama. They know you their daddy, but you made them upset. Let them know that wasn't cool, that they got angry. You know, and I ain't gonna stunt, man. I ain't gonna stunt. Every daddy should do this, man. Shout out to Dez Inc., man. To BAM! Hey, man, them dang classes, man, they happen every Wednesdays, man. You know, I encourage every black man to take them, man. There was so many different people in there, man. That was an experience. I took it every Wednesday, man. That stuff be helping, man. For real. Dez Inc. was one of the best things that I could take as a father. You remember I had an award. I won a dad award. That dad award on my neck. My daughter put that around my neck. Every time she find my award, because it'd be in her room. It's in a toilet. You know, she wanted it. I let her have it. But I got my plaque. It's right there in my house. As soon as you go up the stairs, a little plaque that says Taron Shumpert. That's a dad's award. You know what I mean?
I love that.
I be feeling hard about that award. I be feeling like that's a MVP. I feel like Michael Jordan in '96. You know what I mean? Hey, with that bug, I be like, oh Lord, man. Yeah, my son holding my son with it. So and that all took values and morals, man. Values, you know, interests and principles. I took value into raising our kids. We need to take value into teaching our brothers. We need to take interest in teaching our kids. We need to take interest in teaching our brothers and sisters. We need to correlate principles in being a parent. We need to correlate principles of being a brother, you know? And we really got to do that, man, because everybody else got their stuff written in the book, and not really written in the book, but they got a little bit more together. And I feel like, especially us, you know, we just talking about family. This can be anybody's family, really, no matter what color you're talking about. You know what I mean? To be 100. So,
yeah,
but you know, it just, I see like we be like, dang, the family broke and nobody throw parties no more. Well, start throwing parties, man. You be the one. If nobody don't come, hey, forget it.
We gotta do something this year. Don't do something.
Hey, we got to, man, because that's an interest that I'm taking in, man. Making sure my family keep in touch with each other, man. Our values is messed up. But, you know, a lot of our problems is that bag, man. I'm tired of people chasing that bag. Gotta get to the money, gotta get to the money, got to the money. Not knowing, man, eventually the bag chase you when you get comfortable. Like you told me on the phone, cuz, what you say? You changing your inside so the outside can change you. So the outside can change. You change your inside so the outside can change, cuz.
At first, I had to accept where I was. Like, I was in that space of like, oh, money, and I had to take a step back to realize that's not sustainable, and it's also a very like narrow view on life too. Cause like if you just attracting or chasing money all the time, you miss out on like the experience of life.
You do.
I didn't get that at first. It was just like, yo, I'm single, I don't got no children, like let me just go. I don't have responsibilities I have to wake up to every day. I'm like let me just go work. But one of my guides, she told me a few years back, when I was 26, going on 27. I was 26 going on 27. She was like, you only 27 once. She was like, you only 27 once. I'm like, oh, like. That's all she said, but I felt that when she said that.
Yeah, I know.
It was like, yo, just like go, like, take a break a little bit. You're not gonna have it over. It's not gonna happen overnight.
Have fun.
Like enjoy life.
That's what I was talking about February. That's why in February you watch all them things. I was talking about going up and down the roller coaster. Like, man, I had to learn how to have fun. That's what I've been doing this month. Learning how to have fun.
That's enough. Man, go ahead,
cuz man. You would drive yourself crazy. Sometimes ambition is crazy. So I be at night thinking, I was tripping, man, last month. Going crazy at night thinking about, hey, what can I do now to make myself go better? Okay, I did that, but now it's for something new. Now it's some time for me to do another angle. Maybe I need to do this, and maybe I need to do that. And it goes back to what I was saying, cuz then I thought about this. You know, I be thinking a lot. I thought about this. I always take stuff to the garden because it helps me a lot. I like plants. I love herbs. You know what I mean? I got some trees upstairs anyway. When that seed is in that ground, cuz, what does it start growing first, cuz? What does the seed grow first, cuz?
Underground.
What does it grow first, though? It's roots.
Oh, roots, yeah. Roots, yeah. Absolutely.
After the roots come the roots. The roots get sturdy. And that dirt, be like, all right, I got a good position. Then it sprout. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes, you know, when them roots spreading, shoot, we like, dang, man, we can't see nothing above. We can't see what's down low that's working. We don't see our stuff getting, our soul and our business or whatever we trying to do, getting ready and getting in a good position. We hurrying up, so we putting more water on there. Then next thing you know, you drown your seed, like I was talking about last time, cuz. So I definitely understand with you with that, man. Trying to be too go ahead, too much water, not enough sun, you know. Then you gotta have a little wind sometimes, you know, to float in and shake a little bit, you know, to keep your little roots, you know, to keep your roots sturdy, you know, to have fun a little bit, keep your roots sturdy. You gotta have fun, cuz. And I was cutting off my fun time, not wanting to have fun, because I was wanting the seed to sprout. Man, that stuff is stressful, cuz. That's stressful.
Like, I'm in the space now, like, prior to my therapy session, like, now I'm really in this, I'm really like firm in it now. Like, my first value in life, in my own personal life, is peace.
Peace.
I want to be at peace the majority of my life.
Why
happily
peace?
peace. It's like I'm in a state of calm. It's just like I'm not too high, I'm not too low. I'm at peace and I can flow. I got bars, see, I got bars, cause I might drop an album soon. But anyway, but yeah, man, I like. It's not like my top 3 values are peace, love, and family. Those are my top 3 core values to shine. Those are my top 3 things, right? And like if I don't have peace, I'm not able to love anybody else if I'm not at peace. If I'm in a space of chaos, I'm just not able to, I'm not capable in that state to love anybody. If I can't love anybody, if I'm not able to love anybody, if I'm not capable of loving anybody, I'm not good for anybody. Like I said, I believe I mentioned this before, like the last words my father told to me was, I love you too. Ever since that day, I've been leading with love. I've been leading with love. It hasn't been communicated the kindest, and that's me growing in my maturity and how I communicate with people. But it's always come from a place of love because of the seed he planted in me before he transitioned from Earth. That's real. Like, so like that peace is so important to me. It's so important to me. It helps me out so much, cause
you gotta be in peace, cuz. And I don't think nobody can love nobody else when they're in chaos. Don't matter how much you think you can. If you're internally in chaos, you're internally in chaos, my guy. My guy, my girl, my guy, whatever, my guy, you know what I mean? You for real, you can't think straight, man. But what you about to say, cuz?
I was about to ask you a question.
What's up?
What do you value the most?
That's all I was just about to say. I was just about to get.
Yes, we connected.
Yeah.
We connected.
Mine, cuz. You know, mine, straight up, man, for real. Love. You talking about my values, interests, and principles, my 3 ones. Well, for my family, man, straight up, man, is loyalty. You know, I teach my kids to be loyal. That's the most important thing. Just because you down for your brother don't mean you make the same stupid mistake as them or something like that. When I tell my kids to be down for each other, you know, don't people be taking it as they'll die. I never tell my kids, man, never tell daddy you'll die for him. I always tell daddy you'll live for him. You know, so loyalty,
respect.
For real, loyalty, shoot, man, love, man, I got so many, it's hard to just to say 3, because I got so many, and I feel like all of them makes me, you know what I mean?
Right.
Love, I love being, you know, love. You gotta love being loved. You know, I'm a water sign. I love, you know, I'm very emotional. So, you know, loyalty, love, and, man, cuz, man, so many, man. And I say, I had to you had to learn how to, I say spiritual, because what I mean by spiritual, knowing who thyself is. That's very important to me.
Okay.
And those are not in no particular order. Those are just some that I thought about, because like I said, I got so many that.
Put you on the spot. You
know what I mean? You know what I mean? I got so many, man. So, you know.
Thinking on your toes.
For real, cuz, but on some real though, man, knowing thyself definitely is probably number 1 to me. I have realized and came with my understanding in life, with my perspective lens, the way I see things with my glasses. You know, mine ain't as thick as yours, but you know.
Here you go. Here you go.
But yeah, cuz, man. But yeah, so I learned that a lot of people, like you said, man, if people don't know who they are, they got chaos inside, that is horrible. If somebody don't love themselves, they can't love. How they gonna love you? How they gonna show love to somebody that they don't know how to do? How can you do something for someone that you don't know how to do yourself? How can you teach somebody how to cook if you don't know how to cook? How do you teach me how to cook a T-bone steak if you don't know how to cook a T-bone steak? Think about it. You know what I mean? How you gonna teach me how to garden if you ain't never been in the garden? It's just like that. So how you gonna love me if you ain't never loved yourself? You know, for real, man. So that's one big value of mine, man, that I love, man, and we gotta cherish that. We gotta know who we are as far as our people, man, because our people have very great values, interests, and principles, man. Just the way that our family was, and our family is big to me, man. My family is huge. My lineage is huge to me. I got 2 kids, and I love both of them dear, and man, it's just I love my wife too, and it's just that's part of my values, interests, and principles with her. We are one. That's why I said loyalty. Me and my wife the same person. It's her sitting in this seat. I'm her upstairs. A lot of people forget that when you marry somebody, y'all become patah, y'all become one. Y'all reflect off each other for real, because everything you do reflect off her, and everything she do reflect off you. Y'all become each other's mirror. Another Kemetic thing, mirror. That's why Jesus was always around Mary. Mary is MR represents Isis and Nepetes. Exactly how you say her name. Nepetes. And it represents Isis represents the throne, and Nepetes represents the home, and it's all different type of stuff. But anyway, you know what I mean. So just that, cause knowing stuff, just knowing that right there, knowing like the real understanding of spiritual. That's why I said spiritual too. And understanding the real concept of being spiritual is even a value, a principle of mine. Because when people really know who they are and they know who their spirit is, people hold themselves to a higher standard. That means you can trust them a little bit more, because you can hold yourself up. So much, cuz, man. That'd be a whole nother podcast.
Oh, yeah, we will do that, cuz. So, in closing, man, what I wanted to say this too, like, for everybody out there, like, really sit down with yourself in a space where you're completely quiet, no distractions. It's just you and you. I intentionally said you and you. For real. You inside of you. It's you and you. So, ask yourself, what do you value? What are your interests? And what are your principles you want to lead your lineage with? What do you value? What are your interests? And how do you want it? And what principles do you want to lead your lineage with? That's like call to action. That's the homework. That's what we on.
And that's what you're going to build your house with. So don't
forget
that, man. You can have as many as you want, as least as you want. But just remember, that's the foundation of your house. Values, interests, and principles. Because everything off of values, interests, and principles pushes off your actions and your character and who you are. That's what makes you as a person. That determines your actions that you're going to put in forward into life.
Absolutely. No, that's facts. So you got any closing remarks before we
end
this thing?
That was it, cuz. And I tell them this, man. Look, if you ain't subscribe, like, and share the podcast. We need you, man. Show love.
People need this.
You feel me? We all need it. We need you.
Yeah.
It works like that. It's
a reciprocal relationship. Like we help each other out. Like as we grow, y'all grow. As y'all grow, we grow.
We grow. Put comments down there. Make sure they comment.
Yeah,
let us know.
Let us know how you're feeling. Let us know how you feel.
Let us know some topics. Let us know.
How can we help?
Let us know everything. Let us know what you're going through. Write what you're going through like a journal. Let our comment section be your journal section. Write down how you feel. You know what I mean? And we'll get back at you, man. On here. We'll shout you out on here. We can discuss it on here, so let's get engaging. We trying to get engaged with y'all.
Most definitely. Well, all right, family. We appreciate y'all for tuning in to another episode of the Lead Your Lineage podcast. And we are the #1 podcast for individuals that are seeking to end generational dysfunction. And how you lead your lineage is by leading yourself. And with that being said, see y'all next time.